it's Jo here, founder of Freckles, and this week's video is all about the worry balloon. Worry balloon is another really great activity that we do during our emotional health training, and it's something that's really simple that I wanted to share with you today. It's super powerful, it's quite similar to the glitter jar that we shared last week, and it's just a brilliant activity to do with the children, particularly when there's something that's really worrying or concerning them, or they're getting that anger and that red mist, or they're not able to kind of comprehend what's really going on. The key thing when dealing with children's emotion is to recognise their emotion, acknowledge it, and take that forward. What we don't want to do is we don't want to appear to belittle their emotion or make them feel that it doesn't matter. So when you have a child that's sad, you don't want to say, don't be sad. You want to say, okay, I understand why you're sad and let me help. Because if you're saying, don't be sad, you're making them feel like they're being silly for being sad. The worry balloon is an activity which helps them to bring all of their worries and concerns and the things that are kind of bubbling along in their mind and that might be causing them to feel stressed or anxious or angry or upset, and they put it into one place, and then what we do is we show them how it doesn't have to be all consuming. Again, so like the glitter jar where we shook it and then the glitter settled and they were still there, but it wasn't so bad. The worry balloon is very much a similar thing. What you'll need is a Sharpie. Now, I found that Sharpies really are the best. Other permanent markers don't tend to stick as well and we then get smudges. And you'll also need a balloon. Any bog standard balloon. We kind of do recommend maybe getting some that are kind of helium resistant, like strength. They're a bit stronger, especially if you've got a child that's going to be prodding really hard, because I've had quite a few burst balloons before, but generally any old balloon is absolutely fine. What you're going to do is we're going to blow up the balloon, but you're not going to tie a knot in the top, so bear with me. Okay, I'll get there in the end. So when you've got your balloon, it's yay kind of big. Your kids will then get there, just hold it really tight at the top like this, so you're not letting any air out. And then they need to write down all the things that are worrying, concerning them, making them feel anxious or upset. So they can write words or they can draw pictures. So for example, they might be concerned about their friendships at school. So if we just pop friendships on there. And maybe they have curly hair and they don't like it, so let's draw some curls on here. I don't know if you can see my excellent art there. And they might be worried about how much homework they have to do. And maybe someone was mean to them in the playground, so let's say people being mean. Okay, so there are kind of some examples of what you might have, but you can do it all over the balloon. So you just want to let the ink dry a little bit, because if we let go of the balloon, which is what we're going to do next, then it tends to smudge. So what we've done is we've taken all of our emotions, all of our worries and concerns and all the negative ways that we're feeling, and we've put them on here. Okay, so they are very much present. And now that kind of our ink is a bit dry, we're just going to let the balloon go. So 3, 2, 1. Woo! That's definitely the bit the kids love best. Okay. So once you've let go of your balloon, you'll realise that the words are still on there, and this has worked really well. So if I can show you on here, you can still see the word friendships and you can still see the girl with curly hair. It shows that your emotions and your worries and your concerns are still there. So we haven't said they are that they're not real, we've not belittled them. We've simply said, they're on here, darling, and that's okay, but they're smaller than they were before. So now we can manage them. Because what happens with children is they feel like they can't cope, and that's what sends them into this spiral, and when we end up kind of dealing with a child that's really struggling. But what this does is it goes, no, it's not as big as it was before. In that process, that physical process of blowing up a balloon, writing our word on it and letting it go, we have taken that worry and we've gone from it being the size of the balloon to shriveled on a balloon. And no small child is not going to laugh at what a shriveled balloon looks like. So I definitely recommend giving it a go. Again, it's a really simple activity and it's really rather effective. That's it from me this week. I will be back next week with anything and everything to do with nannying, childcare and children.